Welcome to The Way. I'm Empress Leslie Nicole. You are welcome here at Speak Empress. I'm so glad to have you. This is a show where I am telling you a little bit about my life, on how I was activated by God and I've learned my way to heaven so that you can find your own way to heaven. So I welcome you here on this channel. It does not matter what religion you are or background that you are, because we are here to talk about how to evolve our souls for the betterment of love and the betterment of what God's purpose for us is. So today's message could be just about anything. So hold on to your seats. A lot of messages coming in, so let's go. So I was recording using another device, and literally everything stopped completely. So this message must be super important. So when you get this, if it's super choppy, it's because I've had to splice and dice and try to just get this out to everyone. But I was in the middle of explaining why I'd been absent from the channel for some time. And it's because God has had me in a state of learning. Readjust my microphone. Sorry. But in a state of learning. And so I've picked up some things that I'm studying. One, I'm studying Spanish for my business. I am studying Latin so I can understand some of the downloads. But I needed to share with you guys that whomever is either getting ready to go through your time where you have to step away from your projects, your gifts, your work, your family, either you're going through it now or you're coming out of it, just trust and believe that it is only for the betterment of your soul to go through these things. To help. I'm sorry, I'm freezing. I keep it so cold in this house, and I really need to fix that. But I just wanted you guys to know that I beat myself up a little bit because I had this goal and I had a track of a rhythm I was beating to make sure that I was getting out messages for those who needed them. You know, the community, we need to stick together and help one another understand some of the things that we go through in life that hurt us, right? You know, life is nice and wonderful, right? There are great times, but there are also some down times. And when you understand why we're here on earth and why God has given us His word, His commandments to help us get through for reassurance of this thing called life, you start to understand that yes, there's going to be pain. Yes, there's going to be some trials that happen. And in those trials that happen, we can't get too cross with the people we're going through it with or the situation we're going through it with. And so for me, I had to take a step back and allow my heart to love again. And as I was healing and going through, especially like this channel over the past, this is 2023, almost 2024. So let's just say over the past 3+ years, there have been guys in my life in different relationships that have caused a great significant amount of pain. And I know for you guys from my tribe family that, you know, you've poured your heart out into her. You've poured your heart out into him. And it didn't quite go how you wanted it to go. Right? And you question, how could they? Did they love me? You know, all the things. And sometimes, I know for me as well, sometimes there are relationships that broke down and they were good, right? Meaning we broke down in a harmonious way. We both had the understanding and love for one another to say, okay, this isn't working. We're going to kind of end this, and we left in a loving and respectful way. But not too many times does that happen, right, guys, where it breaks down like that. And I'm just trying to let you know, God will get the glory in all things if you allow it. That means, I'm not real techie, so excuse me. That means if you allow yourself to grow, if you allow yourself to let the hurts happen, right? And do with them the best that you can in growing, in not beating yourself up, not blaming the other party 100%, even though, they have some fault to it, right? You have to really look at, when I say God gets the glory in all things, He puts you there and allowed love to enter in, or allowed strife to enter in to build your soul, to build your heart. If you take the guidance of, I was in this situation, but I'm going to exit it in a manner that is worthy of love, worthy of respecting not only myself, but the other party. God gets the glory. But also the other party that is involved, if they don't learn that you, Emperor, or you, Empress, were in this relationship and you gave your all, and sure, you're not perfect, but your intention was, I love this person, I'm putting forth the effort for this person, and they misused me, they manipulated me, they lied or they cheated or they put my life or my well-being in danger. And I can only speak for things that has happened to me. So if I know they're happened or happening to me, I know that someone out there in the tribe, it's happened to you. So I sympathize, and for that, I understand what that heart pain is. I understand what it feels to be lied to. I understand that ripping of the heart pain. And so I send you my love, and I don't say it lightly like, oh, just get over it, because I know it's hard. And I speak from personal experience where I'm recently getting over something, but it was better this time. It didn't hurt as bad. I had more control over what I allowed into my spirit to break me down or take me down a path of depression or anything negative, because I know who I am. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to know who you are. You have to understand that growing and going through these types of pains helps to build your heart. It helps to put the faith back into God knowing all things, God getting the glory, God, I guess you can say, but for you guys, I have some notes for you guys. But for you guys to really understand, you can't worry about what happens to the other party. You have to love the situation for what it taught you, what you got out of it, what you missed, right? And just kind of go from there. Hard, yeah. It's fucking hard. It's hard. But to have that trust and faith that God will love you through it all, God will take care of you through it all, that's what's most important. And that's what I want you to take away from that. So, a little bit of heart pain through my hiatus when I was away. Some growth happened. I'm thinking I had some other notes. Okay. Oh, learning. Having opened up more books that I found in the that were out of the Bible per se. I will put those in the description below that I've been reading and trying to put in with my life. And also some of the people that I have listened to on different platforms, I will link them as well. Maybe do like the mention so that you can see some of the things and the aspects that they've imparted into my life by just being obedient to God, just as I am. So just a takeaway from not being here with you guys over the past couple of months was to let you know that it's okay to step away. It's okay. And a lot of times, I would come up with so many relationships or business plans or avenues I was going through, and it would pop into my soul that this isn't making sense. Like, this doesn't make sense. And so the more I would say that to myself, I'm like, okay, if it doesn't make sense, that means it's not adding up. And if something isn't adding up, it's not growing. And if something doesn't grow, then you have to let it go. Like, you cannot let that go with you. I had a person that I truly, truly invested my prayers in. Was really rooting for her. And I could say that, oh my goodness, it hurt me that this person is no longer in my circle and going where I wanted or where I saw that she was going to go. But it really helped me by being away from you guys for a little while I was in some study to understand that what was happening and how she was reacting or responding. I'm not in her shoes. I can't speak for her. But what was going on wasn't making sense to me because I knew my intention. I knew my heart. I knew that I would pray for her. I knew that when God spoke it in my spirit, I would reach out with no response back. But even in that, I had to still hold myself that, hey, I got to understand people are going through some things, right? If heaven's telling me these things, I still have to have on the other side of that care and compassion to know that they're human too. That you don't have to take everything so personal, but yet still pray for people. So that happened where I lost someone that I thought was going to go where I was going, and it just wasn't time for her. That season of the relationship with her is closed and was closing. And so that's another example of what I was talking about in that intimate relationship I had with my person, where God gets the glory in all things. You can't hold on to things when a door closes and they say that another door opens. For me, I'm walking down this very narrow hallway and doors are opening. I'm going in these doors. Doors are closing behind me. Doors are closing in my face. Doors are closing before I get to them, right? Example, like someone may not like me for whatever reason. That door is closed in my face before I can get to it. And I look at all of that as protection. I have to look at that path that I'm going in. And that's what I want you guys to kind of get used to doing. Look at the path you're going into. Stop really thinking the 3D, the earthly way. Because remember, we are spirit in a earthly body. We belong to God. And belonging to God and being in this avatar or being in your body, right? Love thy neighbor. Remember, love thy neighbor. We're all different. We have different belief systems. We come from different areas, but we're still one. We still belong to the Father. So I'm going down this narrow hallway, and this is how I perceive my life. It's going to be growth, and I'm going to learn continuously. You're going to learn continuously, right? That hallway has hundreds, if not thousands, of doors ahead of me, and I don't have the time frame for it. The only thing that's true and consistent is the fact that God is faithful. His word is faithful. His love is faithful. And I wanted to come back and just give you this short message, let you know how much I love you, let you know how much I missed you, and to share some of the things I was going through when I was away, and let you know that it's okay to step away, guys. It's okay to really refocus. If you're not there, God will have somebody in your pathway, or where your direction, I should say, that will help someone. Like, say, for instance, like me, there would be things that would pop up online that I'm like, wait a minute, I had that idea, or wait a minute, I say that, I wanted to put that out. But it goes to show, again, I am supportive of my other siblings out here who are doing God's work, right? There is no jealousy and competition when there comes to God, because I was stepping away and letting God impart into my life. Someone else was working in their gifts and imparting into you guys. And for that, I'm forever grateful, because we're a tribe, we're a community. We all have a responsibility to go out and love one another. And what is love? It's acceptance and non-judgment. You know, it's understanding that we have our gifts and we have our talents that are to be used for the gloriment of God. And anything shy of loving someone while you're doing that, sometimes we'll need, not sometimes, but we'll need to take us back to the drawing board to learn to love a little bit more like Him. So I'm going to end it right there with this quick message. And I didn't want to be too long before I jump back into you guys, the soul tribe, or jump back into imparting some love back into the world, and let you know that our Abba loves you. He loves you dearly. Find time to seek first the kingdom. You will forever be changed. I'm going to end it right here. And if no one has told you that you're loved, know that I love you. Know that our Abba loves you. And I'm praying for you. And I want to send you many, many blessings.